Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pathologic 2. We gotta find some food, like real fast here, so let's get back in, and it's 3 in the morning. I hit the map button, by the way, it's loading. It's 3 in the morning. I don't know for sure that we'll be able to buy stuff at the grocery, and if we're not, we might starve a little bit. We might starve a small amount. I don't know. Let's step outside. Okay, I mean, it is dark and also very spooky. That girl is still just standing there. Alright, we are going to go and talk to her. She seems like the kind of unique personage we might want to pay some attention to. But first we're going to go try the grocery store, and we're also going to avoid strangers for the moment, because I don't want to get into a whole thing while I'm this close to starvation. Number one is getting food. Number one priority. Boy, it does get a little hitchy around the doors, doesn't it? I don't know. We have stuff of value, right? Yeah, we haven't really traded since we ransacked that house. So we should be able to trade for whatever food is available here. We just have to hope it's a lot. And also, that the fact that we're hated in this area is not going to affect the pricing. Yeah, this guy does not look happy to be talking to me. Okay, so... Hold on a second. Actually, before we trade with this guy, let's actually use the touch command on a bunch of the items in our inventory and try to figure out if we actually need this stuff. So, soap is the best way to maintain hygiene. Essential, it says. We don't actually have a hygiene or a cleanliness meter, but I wonder if neglecting our hygiene is going to make it easier for us to get infected, maybe? Maybe we don't want to sell that. I have to imagine this bull bell is just sellable garbage. This bell's inner surface is marked with sigils from the secret, sacred step alphabet. Like a human body, its insides mirror the universe. It's a gross universe. We probably don't want to sell this because it seems like it could be valuable. I don't know what chalk could be. I guess we should be touching things even if we already know we don't want to sell them, though. The town calls to me, but it's hard to hear over my own thoughts. If I quiet them down, I can sense the pulse of life all over the town. That is very interesting. We certainly want to hold on to this. Okay, I can put my scalpel back in my hand, and that will free up a couple of inventory spaces. I should not have fought with it a little bit, because I think I really damaged it quite a lot by doing that. We definitely want to hold on to the matches. This is just blood. Blood is one of the primal elements. It bears life and death. Blood is compulsory. That's true. I don't think I've ever heard that sequence of words before, but it is absolutely correct. We could afford to sell the peanuts. I mean, we know these scissors aren't anything. It is said that Clara the Changeling, a thief girl who claims to be a saint, can repair any sharp object just as easily as she cures the sand pest, simply by laying her hands on it. Wow, that would be weird. So that might be actual game text, it may be the case that we want to hold on to these and take them to Clara and have her repair them and then sell them, or maybe even use them as a weapon. The charm, you can't bring about good fortune, but you can craft it, like this hand-woven charm. I suppose I could trade it for something. Okay, I appreciate that, explicitly telling me this is just for selling. We may as well look at almost everything in our inventory, right? Piecework might have deserved it, but doctors are like soldiers. We don't get to choose who we save. Do we? Yeah, we totally do. Absolutely we do. What about this beetle? Where do they go in winter? In the ground, maybe? I actually don't know that, I'm realizing. A person is only alive for as long as they feel pain. No matter what Katerina Saburova does, she remains alive. Huh, that's interesting. Clara the Deranged says that everyone has a hook to grab, but she's a manipulator. What everyone actually has is a knot to untie. I really like the item descriptions. I think these are very well written for very short pieces of text. Industrialization granted the local workers new rights and fixed working hours. All it asked in return was their free will. Yeah, that's pretty pretty direct and to the point. So our immunity is still pretty high. I think I'm willing to sell the immunity boosters. I mean, we'll see if they're valuable, I guess. Scientifically speaking, there's no consensus on if immunity can be boosted at all. However, these pills work well. According to the box, they were manufactured more than 50 years ago, so probably it's entirely the placebo effect, but the placebo effect is a real thing. Okay, I feel relatively confident about trading almost everything in our inventory, and we desperately, desperately need food. 346, 324, 288. Okay, so I mean, this stuff's not going to be cheap. We actually have quite a lot of money now. Like, we don't need this spring. The immunity boosters are sort of valuable. I don't think I want this bull bell in my inventory. It's taking up a lot of space. There are some things that he just wouldn't take, like a big bottle full of somebody's blood. And I'm definitely comfortable parting with all of the scissors and the charm. Do I want to hold on to this beetle? Do I need to keep a beetle in my pocket? He doesn't value it almost at all, so I think I'm just going to hold on to it. Maybe we'll find a use for it somewhere else. We could hold on to the scissors as well and try to trade them to those kids. I think they said they just wanted sharp things in general. But also, I don't want to give them any sharp things. Okay, so that's a start. The pemmican is described as extremely filling. I want that. Is there anything else that we might sell? We probably don't need 7 bottles. I'm discounting the one that's full of blood for right now because I suspect it will remain full of blood for a while longer. Who knows if we might actually want that blood for something? You know, there's a lot of supernatural elements in the game. I'm just saying. Like, perhaps a ritual could be performed or something. So yeah, I think I am going to hold on to everything that we're not already selling. We could sell some of these nuts. The chestnut, at least, is fairly valuable. I sort of want to hold on to them for trading to kids. Although it is worth noting, the peanuts and the walnuts both say the kids here would sell their souls for a handful. It does not say that on the chestnut, but I think we saw that the kids were interested in the chestnuts earlier, didn't we? So I can't quite afford to buy the fish, unfortunately. We could buy some eggs, though. And the eggs don't take a ton of inventory space. We could buy some egg singular, I guess is more accurate. Okay, I'll accept your price here. And then I'm just gonna, like, scarf this pemmican right here in front of you. Wait, first we're gonna touch it. Pemmican isn't eaten for pleasure. This form preserves meat and fat. So that's how Odongs prepare it, before venturing into the steppe for weeks to herd bulls. Okay, so basically, we shouldn't expect this to taste good. That's alright, I don't need it to taste good. I need it to fill my bar. Wow, it did not do a great job, actually. Okay, the fish is pretty good. Eat this egg, too. I mean, we may as well, right? As long as there's bar to clear. And then I may as well go ahead and drink here. I think I'm being a little silly about the, why don't we hold out and try to save our water bottles until we find a water fountain? Because if we find a water fountain, we're just going to refill the bottles anyway. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I can just drink whenever I start to get thirsty. We got to find more money and more sources of food, though, and we have to do it in, like, a pretty serious hurry. I think that is our immediate goal. Finding places to rob, basically. Which side of the... Okay, we came in on this side. We can't really afford to go clothes shopping. We don't have anything of value. So we need to... Now that we've got our meters relatively dealt with, we need to come up with, like, an actual plan. So far, I've been driven entirely by trying not to die. And obviously, it's still a thing. Like, we still have to be worried about it. The town hall is no longer looking for me. Already, huh? Lara's shelter is now my shelter. She's not as happy to see me as I hoped, but I can stay at her place. There was a thief in the house, but everything's fine, I guess. We totally just left a stranger standing upstairs in Lara's house, but she seemed okay with it. Gorgon water is polluted, not a big deal. I can drink to Father's memory in the broken heart. The pub of Andrei Stamatin, an architect who would rather break bones than build homes. Barkeep buys herbs. Ah, okay, that's why that was marked. The barkeep buys herbs. Okay. Yeah, what's my plan here? So we know, or at least we suspect from our dreams, maybe I should not believe my prophetic, crazy dreams. But we have reason to believe that there might be a serious catastrophe about to occur. So using that information, what do we want to do next? Well, the first thing I want to do next, I guess, is try to fortify my own position, right? Secure your own mask before helping others kind of situation here. I'm not going to be any good to anybody if I starve to death in the street. It seems like I might be important. Okay, there are people around, but I'm trying not to approach anybody who doesn't seem like they want to talk to me, according to my magic, do you want to talk to me vision. You know, you got magic, you want to use it. It is, of course, possible that what I have rather than magic is madness. Hard to tell the difference between those two things at the best of times. Guy's not looking too chatty. If he was willing to attack me, though, I could just kick his ass and let him go, and it actually might turn out well for us in the long term, right? We got a lot of reputation for letting that guy off the hook after he attacked me. Oh, that's just the ferryman. Figure in the distance scared the hell out of me for a second there. Also, whatever that animal is... Oh, Jesus Christ, child. What is wrong with you? I have a sharpened blade in my hand. Think. Ah, Master says you're doing well. He says, with each hour, fewer and fewer people think he's the murderer. He said, tell him that I want to talk. Let him come to the lump, right away. Your master? Sorry, who are we talking about? Big Vlad. Ah, old Gimsky. What does he want with me? If he's summoning you, you must go. No dawdling, he said. Yeah, alright, if Big Vlad calls, you come. I'll be right there. I am just gonna talk to this woman real quick. Okay, she's gonna talk to me as soon as I get kind of close. Stand still, Yagachin. Can you hear it? Oh, that horrible grumbling noise? Yes, I absolutely hear it. Come closer. Stand in front of me. And wait. Wait for what? The earth is breathing. Listen to it. Stand still and listen. The earth, our mother Bato, is in pain. Sobolan, Yadaral. Maybe. Reveal her vein and she will reward you. Embrace you. Return your mother's embrace. It kind of sounds like she wants me to perform surgery on the world, right? Okay, I'm listening. Reveal her vein and she will reward you. I mean, she said stand closer right in front of her. I'm assuming in, like, the sparkly area. Right here. Oh. Okay, stuff is happening. Is this what we're talking about? These roots? He who knows how to dissect people can dissect earth. Now, partake of my blood. Let my blood feed the earth. What for? Everyone knows how it works. You quench Earth's thirst with blood. You reap its harvest. Try it. I'm not going to tell her that we have blood already. So if we're being introduced to a mechanic here, where we have the ability to trade people's blood for some kind of reward, or at least apparently, I mean, again, this could be madness, we maybe want to keep this other vial of blood that we have, and if she's just offering me free blood, I mean, it would be rude not to take it. Okay, so, or blood. What did I do? Okay, I mean, I poured it. Nothing seems to be happening. Oh, flowers. Okay, herbs. Right, we like herbs. We know how to work with herbs. Watch the herbs grow. Listen to them sing. You'll find them by the song, by the sound. Mother Bato reveals herself to the generous. Come back tomorrow, Kayala. Feed her more blood. Reap more herbs. Generosity bears generosity, huh? Okay, that makes sense. So we will collect blood when it is convenient to collect blood. We will look for places to dump it. We'll get herbs. The herbs will help us make money, and then the fact that we have money will help us not starve to death. Seems like a winning long-term strategy to me. Let's go ahead and refill all of our bottles here. Out of curiosity... Yep, that bottle that she gave me that had her blood in it now just has water in it. Or wait, did we have 7 bottles aside from the 1 bottle of blood before? I'm trying to figure out if we dumped her blood out and then just immediately put water in that to drink it. Because I feel like we should disinfect it somehow or something. This is a biohazard. Alright, what do we get here? Swevery. A weed. Can I maybe get some more information? Herbs are the words of Earth. She grants them to us by splitting herself open. And so, an herb given to the human body can tell us what ails it. Swevery is plain, but resilient. Okay, so it's also used as a diagnostic thing. Mayhap, instead of selling it, we need to think about doing other stuff with it. Alright, Big Vlad. Oh, it does say the witch hunt is over. I can go out safely. We were told to go and visit Big Vlad. I'm looking for, is there a symbol here that represents the Big Vlad? Because I don't know where in town that is. Let's see. Bizarre creature was captured here. This is the weird bull. The witch hunt is over, and I can now go out safely, I'm told. Oh dear, none of the marks on our map indicate the position of Big Vlad. That's worrying. Because I feel like he's going to be real mad at me if I don't show up now that I explicitly told the kid I would show up. Well, crud. We should probably also go back and visit Big Grief, because we have not done that since doing the task he gave us. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out like what these bubbles actually come from. The town hall is no longer looking for me. Maybe we should swing by? We're not that far from it. It's also possible that my assumption the town hall is no longer looking for me is not solid, not based on anything. I don't know how much I am to trust the text in our thoughts area here. Okay, no, this is not the building. Actually, quite far away. Because it's possible, right, that that the stuff we're reading here is not things that are... These are not things that are necessarily true about the world, but they might be our characters' thoughts about the world. Which is to say, prone to being... You might be mistaken, you know? Hey there, hi. Got anything cool to trade for? You have an apple, and you would love it if I would give you some of this stuff. So let's see, 4, 5, and 3. The apple's 4, so we could trade the immunity, or we could trade the bandage straight up. I don't know that I want to do that. I'm not too worried about my bleeding, but, you know, I assume I will be called upon to be a surgeon at some point here. As much as I do want this apple, and I do, to be clear, want this apple, I think we're going to let it go for now. I love this no one cares about you thing. This is a big improvement in our standing. What is that? I mean, it's remarkably lit up for a place that's not enterable. Let's go see if it might be. Okay. There are people inside. We could knock. I'm gonna knock. Okay, the tenants trust you for now. That's good. I'm a very trustworthy person. I'm only going to rob them a little bit. I mean, we could at least, like, see what people have in their inventories. Try to trade. I suspect I'm going to want to check everybody's inventory all the time whenever I have the opportunity to trade. Young lady does not have any interest in talking to me. He does have lemons, so I don't know if it's going to be the case that everybody always wants the same thing from us. Eating a lot of lemons is bad for your teeth. They won't make you less hungry, but they're certainly an invigorating fruit. Okay, so it's not food, it's a wakefulness item. Needles are pretty useful. So 3, 3, and 4. We could trade off our soap. Trading off a piece of loot for a needle that you will use to open one drawer feels like a risky proposition because you can't guarantee the drawer will have anything in it. I'm going to hold on to this stuff for the moment. I think I want to try to save... They'll know. I'm alone in the room, but somehow they'll know if I loot their stuff. Well, then let's not do it, because I'm not interested in making any enemies right now. But really, what I want is... Oh, interesting. Bandages for 4 bottles of water. I'm assuming I give him the whole bottle and not just the water. Yeah, that's interesting, but I think what I was about to say is I think we gotta save all of our trade value for food, but we just have to find situations where we can get a food trade that is not going to take anything too precious from us. Somebody in here? There is somebody in here. Hello. Okay, you don't have any of the kinds of things I need. I just want food from somebody who's actually interested in giving me what appears to me to be a good price. And we do have to find another abandoned house somewhere. It's pretty important that we get to rip a bunch of stuff off. I don't know any other way to generate economic value. If we find a place that's locked, we have a lockpick still. And we could just knock and go into everybody's house. Let's maybe refocus a little bit here. I will, however, loot every public receptacle. No reason not to. Alright, let's try going into Town Hall and we'll just see if we get in trouble. Sorry, I know I keep looking at the map, even though I've looked at the map, like, very, very recently. I forget where I am in space, like, extremely quickly. Probably not a thing that bodes well for us in the long term here. Okay. Well, that's interesting. What is this now? Every night, an odd performance is held in the theater. Okay. That sounds interesting. Let's go to Town Hall first, though. But we're really getting notified heavily. The dog-eared boy didn't come. No witness, as expected. But we should be cool, right? I think we should be cool. The information in our book is suggesting that I am not in trouble. And if I'm not in trouble, then the people in Town Hall will know what's up with my father's body and also with the keys to my house. Assuming he didn't, like, will it to somebody else. Okay, nobody in here has any interest in chatting with me. And will these be reflections of these guys? That doesn't much matter because I can't interact with them anyway. Huh. Okay, well, you guys keep up the good work. They're obviously doing an excellent job of whatever it is they're being paid to do. This is Town Hall, huh? It's like a converted church. Weird. Okay, I wish I had a flashlight. Yes, let's go downstairs? I mean, we gotta find somebody who knows something. Somebody who's willing to talk at least a little bit. It's like a prisoner cell. This gentleman is not feeling chatty. He's probably the warden, I'm guessing, of this little area. Not interested in trading, even. Let's not just walk right into the cell. I can feel that maybe could end up in a bad place. I guess there's just not a lot going on in Town Hall in the middle of the night. We'll have to come back, I think. Unless, am I allowed to open this? No. Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to come back during more normal operational hours. Well, maybe let's go check out a play. We're going to have to get a sense of... First of all, where the hell that is. Okay. Go out to the road, turn left. Actually, that line on the ground, or that line on the map, is not the road, is it? It's the division between the regions. Okay. Oh, or maybe is this the road? Are we on it now? No, okay, it is a division between the regions. The road looks like this. Alright, let's go see the play. We're gonna have to get a grasp of the time cycle and what exactly it means. You know, like about what time people start opening shops, when stuff closes down. That's an interesting thing out there in the distance. You want to talk? No? Do you want to trade? You don't really have anything I want. Need food. Food and valuables, you know. It's kind of generally stuff I can sell. Okay, this is not the right building. Huh. Well, that's almost never a good sign in a video game. Especially a video game that has shown some spooky proclivities so far. Oh, this place looks nice. Is this where the playhouse was in the hallucination we had at the beginning of the game? Or whatever it was that happened at the beginning of the game? Can't remember.
Please welcome the actor Artemi Burach. Let us examine.
Oh, that's how that's pronounced.
The will is present. Emotions, sure, there are emotions. Intellect, well, no one expected a miracle. Not from this specimen. He's no true human, but a larva. Just like all the larvae we've seen here lately.
That's
Pardon
concerning.
me. I shouldn't have been so rude. You are, after all, the star of the show.
How should I act then?
Here's some advice. Actually, the only advice that matters. Try not to die. Ever. Do you understand? Like, never ever. At all. Or it'll turn bad. Not just for you, but for all of us.
And why is that?
It would wound the world. Irreversibly. And the world, it's not in the best shape as it is. So I'd kindly ask you to do your very best. Work hard. Take care of yourself.
Where are the other two? The bachelor and the girl.
They're waiting for you to exit the scene. They want to learn about their fates as well.
You know the future? What's mine then?
Oh, I can't help but pity you. Look, there will be a happy ending. You'll even believe that you won. No guilty conscience either. So relax, man of fate. Next.
What do you mean?
Next.
Ah. So... that's pretty strange. That's a pretty strange thing that we've just witnessed here. Okay, Mark would like to chat with me. Hey, what on earth is happening
I
here?
had several paths and liked none. One had me as a beast man, another as a hunchback, the third as the indentured servant of some outside force.
Okay, so is that me up there on the stage, or is that an actor who's playing me? I can't tell what's real in this game. The theater has seen better days. The repertory is getting stale. Same play over and over again. Beginning to get on my nerves. What play is it? It's about death. Hot on its trail, so to speak. I've already tried to stage this study once, but it didn't work out. The acting was bad. No one understood what they were playing. How can you be a Cain, a Barach? I'm just gonna keep saying Barach because I can. Or Sinister Katerina if you don't walk their paths. No one grasped their character. This time it will be different. So, like I said before, this is a remake of the previous game, more than a sequel. So I think that's what is being explicitly referenced here. No one understood what they were playing. The game didn't quite work out the way they'd hoped the last time. And there were 3 playable characters in that first game, I know that. So Cain, Barach, and Sister Katerina maybe are those characters? What do you mean? I want full authenticity. I will move the play outside, into the streets. Actors play out real events while being in the middle of them. The audience doesn't know they're in a play. The actors that they're being watched. Such is my method. Okay, why? What's the point? Well, the actor must understand how to work death. I'm not making this one for the audience, but for the actors themselves. Their inner world is the stage, their worldview. Hence the unusual methods. Unusual and rough. It's the theater of cruelty. Yeah, just how rough are we talking here? Look, I do what the subject demands of me. I'll set your tasks gradually and uncover the methods step by step, else you'll sabotage the process. You're here for an audition, after all, aren't you? I'm not an actor. From what I can tell, I'm one of the people your actors will play. A person directly involved in the events. Involved in the events that have not yet occurred that you are making a play about. Unless that's literally me up there, in which case, who am I? And the only me is me. You sure the only you is you? I don't know what's going on here. I'm all discombobulated. Okay. This is... Now go out safely. And what building is this? Is this my father's house that's marked with that on the map? No, this is my father's house. This is the lump. Oh, this is the lump. Well, we had best get down there then. Our presence has been requested, and my impression is that this is the sort of person you don't want to disappoint. Hey, that looks like a lump. It's totally not. It's just a big rock. Yeah, we'll get the hang of navigating the city eventually. Boy, I am a really weak jumper. Okay, apparently just not allowed to jump over that. Fine, there's some stairs over here. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. You know, a more sensitive person might take all this no one cares about you to heart. Video games are a brutal business.
Come over here.
Whoa! Oh, hold on. We'll fight in a second. Let me unequip this. So this guy doesn't look super well, huh? Maybe we're talking about a plague victim or something here? Okay, ooh, good dodge. So I don't have a quick, dodge move like that. I don't have, a quick backstep. I'm not sure if that's... Yeah, you better run. Got plague all over my hands, possibly. Well, I'm starting to feel pretty hungry again already. Yeah, and we just don't have anything at all to eat. So, have to deal. Alright, turn left. There is a pharmacy between me and there, but that's not really that helpful. Oh, let me put my hands away. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's deal was. Hey you got any food? You have a tourniquet. Well, a tourniquet would be a useful thing. I don't know that I want to trade 3 bottles of water for it, though. How about you? You got anything useful? Oh, you'll talk to me. So relieved they brought fresh water from the springs. Otherwise, we'd have to drink from the Gorkon. Have you lost it? You see the abattoir over there? Guess where all its waste gets dumped. You have no sense of humor. Who'd drink from the Gorkon? Even blood would be better. So, fresh spring water is good news. That is probably a mechanical hint that we could drink blood if it got, really desperate. Obviously, not a great idea. A little bit of real-world advice from your buddy SB. Don't drink blood! But I wonder how long it will last. Well, what about the water bearers? Have they left for more? Vlad the Younger manages the water bearers now, but he's a simpleton. I've even heard rumors he might be digging a well. Surely false, of course. Even someone completely incompetent wouldn't do that. Indeed, I doubt anyone in this town would be that reckless. Apparently we do not believe that the well water is drinkable either. Spindle and a grindstone. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if the grindstone would restore the condition of our scalpel? Because what's wrong with our scalpel, it's expressed as a lack of durability, right? I wouldn't think that... I would think the problem here is this thing is physically weak and it's going to break soon. Not that it's too dull to work. We could trade both of our matches for this and try it out. I'm a little leery of losing all of our matches, though. Howdy. Can I help you? Okay. He's just going to meet that nice young lady. I think that's the plague dude who just fought me. I think this way, roughly, is the way I'm supposed to be going, although it looks to me like maybe I can't actually get over there over here. Oh, hey. Free grindstone. Sharp objects are frowned upon, for they are capable of disrupting the sacred wholeness of the body. That's true. But you can't cut bread with tradition, so people end up breaking the rule. Alright, out of curiosity, if we... Oh, I actually can't use it. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well... Turns out my intuition seems to have been solid. You cannot restore the condition of a low durability scalpel with a grindstone. Alright, I am running, desperate to move the plot forward a little bit more here before I starve to death. So after this, there's a clothing store there, there's a grocery over there. We don't have a ton of food, but we're going to have to make it work. Actually, the building I want is this one over here. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is we're going to trade for food, but... Oops, not J, K. This is the right building, right? Nope. Well, we're going inside anyway. I've already knocked. See if anybody wants to trade me any bread or anything. So, now that we have a place to sleep, being awake for too long is no longer likely to end our game or anything, but because we care so much about the passage of time, we still have to be pretty careful. Hey, lady, just sitting here in the dark in the middle of the night. How you doing? Well, you know, she's probably trying to save on fuel. Turns out, come on. There we go. It turns out matches are not infinite. Gotta burn something in the lantern. I'm starting to become concerned that we are never going to find a person who has food and wants to trade for it anything that I'm actually willing to trade. Well, if we get desperate enough, we could end up just like going into one of those houses and attacking the inhabitants, maybe? And then stealing everything once they've been killed or run off. Not ideal, but it's possible. You have a dry fermented dairy product. Hey, that's food. I do not have 4 shaken hands worth of stuff to trade you for it, though, unfortunately. Alright, well, I guess let's go in here and hope that we can get some food from Big Vlad. Was Big Vlad? Was Old Vlad? Whatever. Whoever this guy is, who's very important, apparently. Wow. This place is nice. Okay, dude looks important. Howdy.
Swine.
You rang?
Beasts. I should never have indulged their whims.
That familiar old face. You know, I remember what your esteemed father looked like when he was young. I am, after all, only 15 years younger. He was a very decent person. He had a real spine. Yeah, I'm assuming that this is like, thank you. I'm honored. And welcome home, my dear boy. Welcome home. The reception was rather lukewarm, though, wasn't it? Yeah, now that you mention it, it totally was. I'm getting reports you're a villain, my boy. A murderous villain. My people are upset they couldn't do you in. They're an ugly mob, aren't they? So small-minded. Animals. Beasts. Swine. Usually not a good sign when one person refers to another group of people as swine. Historically, that's been a place where trouble starts. Well, at least you slipped away. Perhaps I should stand up for you. Should we tell him that they're not swine? He is talking about his own people here, so maybe this is a test. Maybe if I stand up for them, he'll be like, oh, okay, we're like kind of on the same team. And it doesn't seem like people are after me mostly, so we don't need to like be asking him for a favor. I'm a little worried that this is the kind of guy who counts favors, you know? Well, they're a mob, sure, but they're not swine. You don't think they're beasts? I should not... Let's try to, like, walk a fine line here. Let's not be directly accusatory just yet. We're just starting to get on even footing with people. And there's a beast hidden in each of us. You too. So, this is the word that I was theorizing maybe meant thank you. It doesn't make a lot of sense here. if it's thank you. Now that's more like it. An independent lad, just like your father. He despised patronage too, always by himself. Wouldn't even take my advice. Wouldn't bow to anyone. Shame. A supple backbone can be useful. It can improve the situation for everyone. Yeah, do you know who killed him by any chance? Just a feeling I had that you might know something. Well, not you, that much I know. But we'll find out. Soon enough. Soon enough. Are you running an investigation, then? My power is immense, boy. Have you forgotten? Everything you see here is mine. The whole Bull enterprise. The abattoir, the factory, the warehouses, the station. This town's veins are my reins. Its meat and bones my throne. I am the master, and I expect to be obeyed. Okay, we want to like placate here, probably. Well, okay, no, there's a question, I suppose, about that. He's telling us that our father never really bowed to him, and he seems to respect that, although it could just be he's talking pretty to me because I'm the guy's son, and in fact he had a serious problem with that, and or maybe had our dad killed. So this is pretty placating. This is a little bit more aggressive. Let's try to walk in the middle for the moment. Everyone really obeys you. Like they have a choice. I pulled a few strings already. A word or two about you, my boy, and your esteemed father. The web is moving as we speak. The servants pass word to the higher-ups, and the higher-ups talk to the lower-downs. The lower-downs, they calm the mob. And the mob will eventually get its hands on your father's killer. That doesn't seem all that likely, actually. Listen, finding the killer is my responsibility now. Don't you put your dudes on it. At least, take my advice. I'm always eager to help Isidore's son. Stay here a while. Don't go out. My house is big, plenty of space. If you need anything, just call the servants. Man, if he could provide us with some food, that would actually be really cool. Thanks. I'll consider it. So, Bones. Okay, he's in the same category. I'm assuming, like... So we don't really know exactly what these categories mean. Do any of the people here... The Bachelor maybe recognized us, right? Because right now, what we know about these categories is that all three of these people know who we are and remember us from before we left. The Bachelor might, or he might just... I can't remember exactly what he said. It may just be the case that he knows who we are for other reasons, or he's deduced who we are based on when we arrived. I don't think he's not from here, or we didn't know each other before. So it might be the case that everybody in Bones knew us from the way back. Everybody in Nerves is basically a stranger. And then, of course, Blood is dear old dad. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep trying to figure things out. So, there's nowhere else to actually go in his house? Maybe there's another entrance? His servants and stuff. He's talking about servants. I would love to have a chat with his servants, if that were possible. Out of curiosity, that is lootable. I'm just gonna take this. It doesn't say they'll know on it, right? I think at this point, we've seen that they'll know thing enough to feel fairly confident that if it doesn't say that, they won't. Okay, so this building now has a little bit of a tint. Is that just I've been in there? Because that is a building I've been in now. And yep, I went inside this one as well. Okay, interesting. Okay, there is another door. Can we... Nope. Ornamental door, not a real door. Excuse me, miss, do you have any food? You have a lemon, which is not actually food. Okay, so we gotta get up to... The dead item shop is open. We gotta make it to a grocery store, and probably the easiest one to get to is gonna be that one. What is that? That's pretty... Okay, that's pretty strange. We should maybe look into that soon. Let's run to the grocery before we keel over of hunger. Hold on, humans. Hi. What you looking at? Get lost. We got him first. I probably shouldn't get involved while I'm so hungry. Yeah, just wait until someone gets you, too. I'm sorry, dude. I just really can't get involved right now because I'm concerned that I'm going to keel over at any moment. This guy doesn't seem so good. Bloody bandage. This is a dead item. Someone created it by using a bandage. Oh, maybe the dead item shop is where you sell your dead items. Lockpick, a bunch of money. Out of curiosity, do you sell food? Ah, my fellow traveler. I suspect this is not the last time we chat. Oh, hey, it's the guy from the train. Okay. It's tricky because a lot of people have his model. I recognize you. So you're a merchant. I dabble in buying and selling, but I have no use for coins, though I often find I have two to rub together. I collect things. Things that are old, broken, discarded, dead items, memories, husks, and husks of memories. Traces, as I call them. Yeah, what use do you have for all that junk? I just like it when things are tidy. If I don't, people leave things behind, evidence of their passage. A mess. Won't do. Better to take those things into my bag. Alright, let's see what you have to barter for. Please let it be food. Okay, food. Wonderful. 17! 17 is the number that appears next to that. Yeah, I cannot generate 17 points of trade value. I have 15. Well, want to cut off the flow of warmth between the heart and the ring finger. Too small for me. We could try to trade for some of this other stuff for the purpose of selling. God, I wish we could get this canned food. Alright, I'm gonna bail. And keep running to that grocery store. Look at the hunger meter. Look at how bad the hunger meter is right at this moment. Okay, that building is the store. Doesn't look like there's a door on this side of it. This isn't the store we were in earlier tonight, is it? Maybe it is. Who cares? I'm asking this question, but it doesn't actually matter. I just need food. So, like, food's going to be a serious problem. You burn hunger, like, really quickly. Okay, he's got some interesting stuff. Fresh meat. Every path in the world leads to meat. Nothing is more filling. That doesn't look cooked to me, dog. Like, shouldn't you cook that thing, maybe? Smells delicious, never spoils, and causes ravaging thirst. I am extremely willing to eat food that causes ravaging thirst. I have no problem with that. Because there's water everywhere. I mean, we should try to get the meat too. Hold on, let's like put all this on the table. What do I have that will sell well? There is the morphine. We could sell this grindstone for a bit. The weeds don't sell for much straight up. We could sell the bullet. Interestingly, he will take the bloody bandage. I'm a little surprised by that. Alright, I think there's no chance we're going to be able to get the fresh meat. Let's take that off the deal. We have to generate 300 value. I don't really want to sell the Twirind, but maybe we should. I think we can afford to sell this. The chestnut is way more valuable than the other nuts that we have. I will sell the bullet. I don't really want to get into a situation to shoot people, if I'm being honest. The bandage is actually pretty valuable. So is the morphine. We may just have to sell one of those. We need to accumulate more dead items before they'll be really useful. If I sold the soap, that would be good enough. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll do that, and then we will immediately eat. Let's start with eating this. Well, first let's touch it. The lateral line is called that for a reason. Every fish sees its line unfold in a stream of possibilities. Sometimes, that line is a fishing line. I get it. I get the point that's being made. I'll be careful. All right, and I mean, we may as well just continue eating, right? No sense in stopping before the bar is actually all good. Oh, you know, I didn't touch that before using it, so we don't know what the full text of the dried fish is. What a fool. Okay. Day 2, in which the Harspex's roots are unearthed. Hey, look at that. We survived into proper daytime. I'm suddenly having a lot of thoughts. Okay, so all of these thoughts are Act 1 thoughts. I'm done with everything important for today. I'm free to rest until tomorrow or explore the town. At night, its face changes. So, Bad Grief remembers me. Well, I'm useful anyway. Not that he's of much help. You know, he really wasn't, actually. Okay, so that's just a word that means something like boss, maybe? You might know something useful. And if you hear the earth grumble, find the source, stand still, she'll show her roots, and then feed the roots with blood for herbs. And then use the herbs for medical stuff. Kinda getting it. Oh, what is this now? This looks bad. What's going on here? Saburov sure seems ready to take up the reins of power. It's about time, if you ask me. Why's that? Because you can't trust people, that's why. The rule of the 3 families was about trust, in each other and in the townsfolk. The damned nobles trusted people to govern themselves. And the people, they are unruly beasts. They don't respond to kindness, only strength. In my experience, people respond better to kindness. Here's the thing. I don't know that I actually believe that. I want it to be the case that people respond better to kindness. I don't think people respond particularly well to strength. I just think a lot of people are mean bastards. Speaking of strength, how would I go about joining the town watch if that was something I felt like doing? Open your eyes, the line's right there. Why does Saburov need so many people? To maintain order, of course. To prevent yesterday's nightmare from ever happening again. Olgimsky only cares about what he owns, and the Kanes treat the whole town as family. No wonder they got soft. Now they're all getting their comeuppance. We haven't really met the Kanes yet. We should probably try to become familiar with the 3 major factions here. So you think people are unworthy of trust? Our rulers were kind and lenient, and where did that get us? Yesterday, blood flowed like water, and a woman was burned to death at the Bone Stake Lot. We did hear about stuff going on at the Bone Stake Lot, and I did not go over there to deal with it. Probably I should have. Trust? Ha! Leniency leads to corruption. What we need is someone who can keep the rabble in check. I do not endorse this lady's views. There's no point in arguing with you lot. Okay, that woman would have had much the same to say to me. They won't accept you either, Kayala? Don't they accept people from the kin? It's not because we're Katanga. But Saburov thinks we're Vlad's people, and they have an arrangement. Vikara, they won't accept the Kane's people either. Boy, I just don't speak it. I might do a little bit of research, actually, and see if I can, at least figure out how the phonemes work here so that I can try to pronounce the words, even if I don't always know their meaning. So why have you come? The kin have never cooperated with the authorities. Now, there's no work. The factory is closed. Where should I go? How should I feed my children? Yeah, this isn't a real job either. The patrols will be disbanded in a week. I mean, he's not going to take that warning to heart. Man's got to put food on the table today. And where do you think you're going, buddy? I was just going to ask something. Yeah, everyone here wants to ask something. Yeah, but I'm important. I'm a doctor. I don't give a damn. You wait your turn like everyone else. That must be nice to have all the time in the world. Okay. Well, we don't need to go in there anyway. So, the sun is coming up slowly. People are coming back out of their homes, and we need to make a plan for continuing to acquire food. I'm not interested in that dude's revolver. I mean, it would be cool to have a revolver. Polyhedron. Tower of Children defies the laws of physics. Is that the thing we were seeing before? Oh, hey there, Reflection. How are you? Hold on, we'll get back to looking for that thing in a second. Where go you, friend? What plan is next to follow? Actually, I'm not really sure what to do. What say the townsfolk? The townsfolk? They're so alike, aren't they? A backdrop, faceless. They surely know nothing important, right? A hive, a swarm, a flock. No use for names. Whatever one knows, they shall all know in turn. Okay, and why should I care? The crowd is but a many-headed beast. Like it or not, you are but one such head. They know you better than you know yourself. Have you heard them, Barak? Communication. See how it means finding a common ground? Yeah, they were eager to communicate with me yesterday. Probably these bruises are never going to heal. They all know something of your tale, and from each one a different strand of it. Some know where you're to go, others will say why you must go, and some will warn of danger, terrible danger, that you may avoid it. So I am the only one who knows nothing, then? Well, that is because you are alone, Barak. Confused, alone, losing the plot. Does not the map of your own mind suffice? Then talk, communicate. Here, hear me now. Teensies and tots, the town's own young, indeed already know who waits for you today. If you still doubt, then speak to one. Any child. I guess I should go looking for a child, then. You're seeming a little unhelpful. I guess let's just point blank ask him. Okay, what should I do next? Talk to the crowd. Okay, yep, I get it. The doctor's path is, too, about life. Alright. Let's go have a chat with a child. I see one in the distance over here. And then we'll look around for... Yeah, that thing. That thing is what we'll look around for. What am I looking at here? I'm looking at this thing on the map. Okay. That is a very curious structure. Child, excuse me. There you are. Here I am. You need to see Capella. Soon. Soon, soon. Who is Capella? Our mom, Big Vlad's daughter. My dad works at his factory, you know. Why do I need to see her? Because... Okay, short and to the point. I appreciate it, kid. An incredibly reputable source has informed me that I need to see Capella. It is curious. As soon as we know about old Vlad, all of a sudden his daughter needs to see us. Okay. Same building, different door, I'm assuming. Well, we'll do that then. But this first. Okay, that guy... Oh, I didn't try to trade with the kid. I probably should have. This guy doesn't want anything we have, so no sense trading with him. How about you? Ooh, you have food. I will trade bandage for food. I will do that, because we are constantly in dire straits on food. Oh, also, I should talk to this lady. Fat Vlad said the Olgimskis got you in their pocket. Tell me then, the hell's going on at his factory? Why'd it shut down? Will we still be paid? Sorry, Olgimsky thinks I belong to him? Did I hear you right? He said you're his protege, that no one touch you. Means he has plans. I see. I'll have to take care of that then. So she can't repair anything. I'm thinking maybe we want to get this scalpel repaired before it actually breaks. So let's try to ask people for repairs when we see the opportunity. You have a fingernail, but you don't really want anything of mine. So boring. How much longer do we have to wander the streets? You know, kid, it's boring everywhere. Capella said we can't go to the Nutshell until the evening, so we wait. The Nutshell? Why is it called that? Because it's empty. Plus, it's close to the station. You mean the passenger station? I'm assuming this is the train station. Oops, hush, you shouldn't know about this. Just forget it. Yeah, I heard nothing. I'm playing along. Okay, what in the hell is this thing? Hi. Hello, child. See you tonight at Saba's place? It's dangerous, yes. This is... Nga Padgu Zoms? I can't tell if there's actually supposed to be a space here, if it's just like if it's just breaking the words. Because there's a, because they ran out of character space, basically. A place you must not bring outsiders. Everyone's still looking for the Shabnak, huh? It's a place you must not bring outsiders. I'm an outsider. Why are you telling me this? Well, you're kin, Katanger. Saba talked about you a lot these days. We waited for you, Yargachin. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. A lot of people seem to have some ability to tell the future, like a small amount of soothsaying. Sometimes after dark, steppe people meet at Saba's place. Okay. That's interesting. We'll look into that. This is very strange, right? Is there anything going on up here? This, I mean, okay. So I'm having a little bit of trouble telling what's real and what's not. But this can't really be here, right? Because the physics of it don't really work. So am I imagining this, or is it... I mean, it could be real, and there's just, you know, there are supernatural elements in the game. Maybe it's slightly magic? Huh. Well, we just heard a strange noise. Probably, I don't need to worry about whether roots are going to pop up here. I kind of think this might be the sort of place to use the Twyrine. Reveal places and events hidden from naked eyes. Did we touch this already? Yeah, we did. This seems very conspicuous, right? I'm going to use it. Oh. Town is calling to me. Out back of Vlad's. Okay. Well, I have no idea what this place is, but apparently the Twyrine doesn't quite work like that. It just shows you something on the map. Well, I guess let's get down to the marker then. I think we looted the only lootable that's up here. And I mean, we did get free stuff from it. I cannot complain. Hold on. We're totally going to go to Vlad's, but first we're going to trade with everyone that we can trade with. Okay, I don't have enough stuff for you. And you I already traded with. Okay. Using the control map will, or using the control overlay will make it easier for me to not have to go to the map all the time. Alright, let's stop running. The game is giving me the desaturation, the wrap it up warning. You have an egg, but you don't want any of my stuff. I sent my little rats to get groceries this morning, and they still haven't come back. I wonder if they think food will miraculously buy itself. Sorry, are you out of food? You've been living under a rock, darling? Prices are soaring. Salt costs twice as much today as it did yesterday. And where's the grain? I haven't seen wheat in a week. Really, what could happen next? And there's still no train. People are worried. What if it never comes? We'll all starve. I will survive on meat. Olgimsky isn't entirely heartless. He won't let it come to starvation. I don't know if I believe that. But let's give people hope. Ah, right. If not for the Kanes and the Sabarovs, he'd hang himself before he shared anything with the people. You're as naive as a child. Wonder if I should go to the station and get them? Go where exactly? It's a place they hang out waiting on trains. Better that than that damn tower. Okay, so why don't you go there and fetch them? I don't want to meddle. No, it's all right. At least they're in town, staying close. My neighbor hasn't seen her children in, well, I don't know how long. The damn tower took them all. Hey, thanks for reminding me about the prices. Both of the response options there seemed like unnecessarily dickish. So some evenings, kids gather at the station. And also, the tower is taking children. We might have to go check this tower out soon. But, let's try to deal with this, this situation over here first. No one cares about you. Same as it ever was. Okay, so right over here. Unfortunately, I still have to look at the map if I actually want to be able to route myself places. Ooh, this guy is toast, but he doesn't want anything we have. Well, never mind then. Hey there, kid. Some of us wait for you at the square. The bridge square, that is, in the stone yard. You know how to get there? Why there? I don't go there often. You should, it's pretty. Anyway, they thought you went to see the judge. Kane, I mean. Georgie. Yeah, I know the judge's name. Thank you, child. Trying to make myself sound like I belong here. This kid has an egg, and he will trade it for some hazelnuts. Hell yes. And then he also he has this fingernail. We can go like both of the walnuts and the peanuts for the fingernail. I think this is a good deal. The only reason we're collecting the nuts in the first place is to trade them with kids, right? So, oh wait, I'm not exactly where I need to be just yet. Alright, I'm not ready to get off the road just yet, I mean. Ooh, metal scrap. Invaluable if one needs to fix a gun or a relatively complex contraption. That's the kind of thing that I would like to take and just hold on to, but we're not going to be able to get it off of him. My wife was killed yesterday. How can I look our children in the eyes now? I've lost the right to be called their father. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for your troubles. I could have been assertive, think faster when it went down. Could have acted quickly, efficiently, instead of staying in my head. If only. What's done is done, man. You gotta keep it together for your kids. Okay, he liked that. He thinks that's good advice. Okay, so go in through the gate and to the trees at the back of the yard. Maybe this is just telling me that, like, this is the place where I can pour out some blood. No, it seems to be indicating here. Hey, everybody, why are we burying this doll? Hey, Uncle, dig a hole for us, will you? What for? We need it. You know, this is actually hard work. What would be my reward? A burial gift. Everyone gets to take something away from a funeral. That's why we're holding it. Are you burying a cat? Yeah, I mean, no, not a cat. Then who? Just the 8th? The 8th what? Well, the previous 7 are already pushing daisies, and nothing bad happened when we buried them, because the holes were shallow. So, I didn't pick this dialogue option, but there was an option there about people not being allowed to dig holes in this town. So, at first I thought that option was just like trying to get the kids to not ruin the yard here. But, boy, that cat doesn't sound happy. But maybe there actually is some kind of prohibition against digging holes? No, kids. One should not dig holes in the ground, period. Apparently, there are some rules. Let's just bury this, shall we? Just cover it up. I don't know, I might have just pressed the button to dig a hole. Oh dear. Well, this is very strange. Yeah, I pressed E on that, where it said bury, because I thought I would just be covering it up, but as soon as I pressed it, I realized that might have been a dig a slightly deeper hole and then bury the thing button. So unfortunately, I don't know enough about, like, folklore or anything to know if there's some kind of reason a doll might be buried, some kind of myth that this might be referring to. The music is certainly ominous enough that it might be the case that I'm supposed to be thinking a bad thing is happening here. Okay, now I am. Those are Crow Doctor eyes, right? I think maybe we should lay off the Twyrine for a while? It makes things even weirder, and I'm not sure I can stand things being even weirder. Yeah, that was really strange. Okay. Huh. Alright, let's go find what's-his-face's daughter. Hey, you. You have a charm. If we had the stuff to trade for this charm, I totally would, because the charms are remarkably valuable. Alright, is this the door I want to use? It's certainly in the right part of the house, at least. It looked like her icon was on the north side. Okay, this might be right. Are you who I'm supposed to talk to?
Feels stuffed with cotton.
That's weird. Yulia Lyuricheva. And you are? Let's not tell her I'm a murderer. I'm the doctor. How can I help you? What can you do? Hey, stranger, what use might you be of to me? A little in the way of medicine. I'm a mathematician specializing in spatial calculations. The finite element method. I doubt you'd be interested. Oh, but I am. Well, the Kanes had a rather unusual notion of how they wanted the town's routes planned. They believed the routes of choice influence people's mood, their soul state. I found the challenge intriguing, if a bit insane. So... routes here, are we talking about, like, trade routes? The paths the trains take? Or maybe she's like a civil engineer, sort of? She's planning the way the roads are laid out? So, okay, yeah, the streets. The town streets are your doing, then. Well, not all of them, but yes, to some extent. Why the hell did you make the town so awkward to navigate, then? It is kind of a pain. The Kanes implied that the town already has something akin to a nervous system. They suggested I view it as a huge living creature. So my job was acupunctural. Okay, do you take the Kanes' ideas seriously? Well, they have built the polyhedron, haven't they? There it is. I was even allowed to ascend it, though I wasn't allowed inside. The cathedral, the crucible, the still water, all those buildings are machines that work with the same idea. What idea is that? When a person finds themselves in a relatively enclosed space, it influences their inner state in a certain way. It's no secret. The Kanes are trying to create buildings that enhance spiritual growth. It's sort of a feng shui kind of thing, I guess. As in... Well, we're moving to the field of philosophy now, not my area of expertise. But as far as I can tell, in their eyes, humans aren't paragon of animals, but rather larvae. They believe the human spirit is a spring to be stretched. Their favorite image. Okay, and why stretch it? Well, to make people desire new things. Weird things. Things beyond their limits. I feel like that's basically all people ever do. I mean, nice to meet you. You're extremely not who I came here to see. Alright, let's look at the actual north wall of the building. I think probably there is a door on the ground floor that we missed. Or maybe we're supposed to go up further, actually. Guess we'd better try it. Okay, this looks like an important person's room. You must be my important person.
Father has avoided me as of late. Strange.
You are Artemi Barak. Greetings. Yeah, greetings to you too. Are you Olgimski's daughter? Apparently, our character cannot read this text here. Yes, my name is Victoria, but my friends call me Capella. Are we friends? Yes. Really? How did you figure it out so fast? Yeah, she really had that one in the chamber already. I can see. I haven't yet mastered the art, but I do see things sometimes. It's a gift I inherited from my dear mother. You're talking about clairvoyance here, right? I mean, it's hard to explain. Sometimes I know what a person will say before they say it, or I imagine a situation and the next day it unfolds, exactly how it was in my head. Sometimes I even know past events I wasn't present for, like which drawer Father put papers in 2 years ago. That's a powerful gift, if you're not crazy. Not that powerful, not with me, not like my mother. She could see at will, although even with her it could be fickle. I only see rarely, and I don't control it at all. Still, it doesn't seem bad. I'm not going to say I'd like such a gift myself, because frankly, I kind of think we have a version of that gift, right? And it's actually kind of terrible. It is horrifying. I see. Your undue sarcasm has been noted. It's not so rare a gift in this town. There were once several women who could see. Mother, Nina Kana, Katerina Saburova, perhaps. Outsiders arrive with such skepticism, but they are always soon astonished. All right, astonish me. You likely aren't afraid of blood, right? Well, of course not. I'm a surgeon. Do you know what I see? Under your feet, the hard soil acts as though spring melt, each step forming an imprint filled with red. You leave pools of clotted blood in your wake, Artemy Barak. I thought this must be about the murders, but you are no murderer. What does it all mean? What are you asking me for? I have no idea. Really? That was what she wanted to talk to me about? Okay, so... yeah, I've been told that I need to see Capella. I'm assuming there'll be more text here with her in a second. It has been foretold that I will spill a river of blood soon. Guess someone will find their death under my knife after all. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Isidore and Simon have always shared a vision for our town. It's odd they both died on the same day. Very odd.
It is a little strange. Also, apparently my dad's name is pronounced Isidore. Why have you come? Are you looking for my brother, perhaps? Or do you want me to ask something of my father? Interestingly, I don't have the option of saying, I'm here because some children told me that you needed to see me. Shouldn't that be one of the choices here? I need nothing, but I sense sadness in your eyes. Have you been crying? This is a good trick, by the way. People are super eager to talk about themselves almost all of the time, so if you want to make someone more comfortable with you, it is almost always the case that all you have to do is ask them about themselves. Oh, our family is falling apart. Father and brother argue all the time, louder and crueler with each passing day. Brother is angry with me. Everything went awry after Mother's death. She was holding the family together, huh? She died when I was 6. On the day of her funeral, I locked myself in with the coffin so that no one could take her away from me. That evening, Brother explained there was no other way. The dead must be buried. That is best for them, he said. And then I understood. Okay, but how did your brother make you so sad? Brother acts against Father's will. Your kin make up most of Father's workforce, but he doesn't treat them well. Yeah, no big surprise there. So Brother argues with him, but Father hates to be challenged. He says he'll disinherit my brother. Making you the heiress, right? Wrong. Mother never wanted that, and Father honors her will. Still does. Another family torn apart. Alright, is your brother home? Well, I think he's in the Broken Heart now, in the Earth District. Actually, he frequents the place, ever since Mother died. Well, don't despair. Even a torn family can be sewn back together. We're going to try to cheer her up a little bit. Sometimes grief can be the common thread. Okay, we have no more text from her. That's not the button I wanted. I guess the only reason that we were supposed to see her... Am I misremembering what the kid said? I thought the kid was telling us that Capella wanted us to come and see her. She didn't seem to have any idea why I was here, and now I guess we've concluded this thing, like the real reason we were here was to learn about her brother. This is just kind of like a strange interaction. I guess the child said, I know who you need to see. Yeah, maybe it wasn't that Capella told the kid to go out and get me, but rather that the kid just knows a thing. It turns out sometimes people in this place just know things. Okay, can we use this door? No. Then I guess I'll just go back out the way I came. Well, some interesting stuff is happening, but to be perfectly honest, I'm still not sure what to make of all of it. Let's go back around the front of this building and save. Because I do think we've hit the end of our time for today. I'm feeling a little bit more capable, but not really in less danger. I don't think it was ever super likely to be the case that we were just going to get straight killed, but I'm still worried, or like killed by violence, but I'm still pretty worried about running out of food. I'm still pretty worried about starving to death in the street. Certainly a non-ideal outcome. We do have a new thought about Big Vlad, so maybe it would be a good idea to go and talk to him. We'll try that at the beginning of the next episode. However, for now, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for more of this increasingly creepy-ass story, and to see if we can survive to day 3. And we'll see you then.